Hello, this is Elisa Kohler. Let's learn how to write major key signatures and then how to identify them when we see them written down. To start with, let's just write the key signature for C sharp major, which has all of the sharps. In the treble clef, we'll start here. So that'll be F sharp up top, then C sharp, using our father Charles, goes, down, and ends, battle. So there are our 7 sharps. That's the limit. That's the key with all the sharps in it. So if we were to write the sharps in a different position, you might wonder, why do we have to do it up high? Why don't we go father Charles goes down and ends, battle? Well, there's a real simple reason for that, and that's because the key signature is a summary symbol that always needs to look the same way so that your eye can recognize it quickly. And this order, going low to high, looks more like flat key signatures do. To demonstrate that, I'll write the key of C flat, which is the key with 7 flats, in the bass clef, and you'll see when we write flats, they go from low to high. So we'll say our sentence backwards. Battle, ends, and down goes Charles' father. So those are our 7 flats, and you can see how they go from low to high, 2 by 2, with this F flat hanging on the bottom. Similarly, with our C sharp major key signature in the treble clef, we have the G sharp sitting on top. And that's okay, but it's important to remember when you're writing key signatures, we have no ledger lines. That's another reason why the shape of the key signature is so important. So no ledger lines in key signatures. I'll just say keys. So when we're dealing with this, you're not going to have this renegade version of the sharps because they look like the flat key signatures, or any other messy conglomeration that we just like to be nice and neat here. So let's just write a few more key signatures following this pattern. Let's put a flat one here. How about the key with 6 flats? That would be G flat. And so we'll start in the middle in the treble clef. Battle, ends, and down goes Charles. We're going to stop there just at 6. And to show you how this would work in its enharmonic equivalent of F sharp major down in the bass clef, we're going to write it the same way, starting up high with our F sharp. And in this case of the bass clef, we start on that line there for F, which is the clef line. So that would be father Charles goes down and ends. We're going to end there because we only have 6 sharps, and that's how we're going to write that. You see how that works? So just one more. How about with 3 flats? That would be the key of E flat major. I'll put this in the treble clef. The 3 flats, battle, ends, and remember to write your flats and your sharps neatly on the specific line or in the specific space, and make them about a 1/5 tall so that they take up space. Please don't feel like you have to write tiny flats like that. You can't tell what that, little too flat there, little bit too small. Okay, quickly, here's the key of A, which has 3 sharps, and we put that in the bass clef. Same way, we're going to start up high. Father Charles goes. Okay, no ledger lines, all falling in the same pattern. Notice in the key with 7 flats, we have 2, 2, 2 with the orphan, F flat here, and with the 7 sharps, we have 2 by 3 by 2. Always write your A sharp down here because you can't use any ledger lines up here, and even though you wouldn't run into a ledger line for A on the bass clef, we still keep it the same shape so it looks the same. Okay, finally, how do we identify key signatures when we look at them after we've written them? Well, for sharps, you look at the last sharp. In this case, we've got B sharp, and that's the leading tone of the C sharp major scale. So that's a half step up for C sharp from B sharp. And then here for F sharp, the last sharp is what? E sharp. So that's going to be the leading tone to F sharp, the name of the key. And then for the key of A, G sharp is our last sharp, and that's the leading tone for A, or the seventh note of the A major scale, G sharp to A. Now, for flats, it's a little bit different. You can simply label the second to last flat in each group, and that's the name of the key. There's our G flat. Okay, now it's getting weird on me. There we go. And the second to last flat in here is E flat, and the second to last flat here is C flat. So that is very easy. Doesn't work for the key of F because it only has one flat. There's no second to last flat in the key signature for F. Just to show you what I mean, if we were to put our key signature for F major, you just have to know that one flat is going to be is going to work. So I hope that that is helpful. Writing key signatures and being able to label them quickly will really help you. After you do this for a while, you will just learn what they are and go on and make a lot of good music. So that's all there is to it. Thanks, and I'll see you again later. Bye-bye.